Lakers basketball playoffs have begun, and competitors are eager to try to overcome the team. However, this might not happen if LeBron, Luka, and AR have anything to say about it. Surprisingly, Jackson Hayes could play a significant role. In this video, I will explain why I believe Jackson Hayes could be essential for the Lakers in their first-round matchup against the Minnesota Timberwolves, particularly in the battle with Rudy Gobert. And this importance goes beyond the fact that he is our only center and the only player over 2 meters tall offering rim protection. Today, my focus will mainly be on Jackson Hayes' offensive game and what he can contribute in the pick and roll with LeBron, Luka, and AR. For this analysis, we'll review last season's Dallas Mavericks versus Minnesota Timberwolves series, using Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively as examples for Jackson Hayes. We'll observe how the Lakers can exploit a tall player like Rudy Gobert in the pick and roll and drop situations, taking advantage of Hayes' explosive vertical threat on finishes. With this in mind, I'll show the footage while you watch this video and share your thoughts below. Let's dive deeper into how Jackson Hayes becomes a valuable weapon for the Lakers against the Wolves. Before we officially begin, it's important to highlight that in last year's Mavericks versus Timberwolves series, which stretched over 5 games, Derek Lively had an impressive performance, hitting all his shots, finishing 16 of 16. Daniel Gafford had an even more impressive result, converting 24 of 32 shots, averaging 11 points per game with a 75% shooting efficiency. Tall players often have a high shooting percentage, especially as playing partners for Luka. I want to show how effective they were against the Minnesota Timberwolves last year, creating a scenario where the Lakers should use Jackson Hayes on every minute he is on the court, whether briefly or extensively. Now, let's take a closer look at how the athletes played against the Timberwolves last season, focusing on how the Lakers can maximize Jackson Hayes' usage whenever he's on the court, regardless of his playing time. In the first clip, you'll see a player passing the ball to Luka Doncic, who is at the top of the three-point line while Daniel Gafford is positioned on the wing. As we watch this play unfold, the player in Gafford will set up a double screen for Luka. Rudy Gobert is preparing to converge, and Luka then passes the ball to Daniel Gafford, executing a simple pick and roll. This double drag play shows how crucial it is for Rudy Gobert to keep full attention on Luka Doncic the entire time. Even though Daniel Gafford presents a legitimate alley-oop threat, it seems Gobert is more focused on trying to limit Luka's space. Even when Rudy positions himself to cover all of Luka's passing options, he still manages to pass the ball to his big teammate in motion. Moving to the next video, a player is positioned at the top of the three-point line next to a teammate who has just set a screen on an opponent struggling at the edge of the screen. In this scenario, another player is in a tough spot, and the athlete takes advantage of the opportunity to drive into the paint, forcing the defender to focus on him. During this play, the player fakes a long-range shot before driving inside. The defender struggles to stay close, but eventually has to give help. At the last moment, the player demonstrates exceptional skill by passing the ball to his teammate, who finishes with a powerful two-handed dunk, not giving the defender any chance to react. Now, in the next play, watch as a teammate controls the ball while another moves in to set the screen and run the pick and roll. Once again, this is another demonstration of how the defender gets caught in the pick and roll, facing the tough decision of whether to stop the ball handler or try to recover to the rolling player. The outcome will reveal soon. The teammate sets the screen, then slips, with the defender still following, while the ball handler takes the play up. Let's revisit this play. The teammate sets the screen and rolls. The defender stays with him the entire time, but it becomes irrelevant as the rolling player has an extraordinary catching range. Another player also shows a similar explosive catching range. Perhaps the rolling player's range is slightly superior, but this illustrates the difficult situation defenders constantly face when these pick-and-roll plays are executed with agile ball handlers and visionary playmakers. It's a real dilemma where you have to choose your poison, and most of the time, the rolling player and another find great opportunities near the basket. Moving on to the next play, we see the player running the pick and roll high at the top of the three-point arc, while the ball handler prepares to navigate through it. Once again, the defender will get caught in this mess, pondering whether to prioritize stopping the ball handler. Let's watch how it unfolds. Here comes the screen. The ball handler puts the defender in a tough spot, and the defender is right there. But it doesn't matter, as the ball handler easily lobs the ball over his head, leading the rolling player to finish with a powerful two-handed dunk. Notice that the defender is indeed in contact with the rolling player, but it ends up being ineffective. For the next play, we find the ball handler on the side of the three-point line, with two teammates preparing to execute a double screen, and this is just one of. The play begins with a powerful two-handed dunk. It's worth mentioning the contact between Rudy Gobert and Daniel Gafford, as this detail is important. Next, we see Luka Doncic positioned on the wing, near the three-point line. Dwight Powell and Derek Lively are ready to initiate a double screen, a strategy that's been quite effective in freeing up one of the big men for finishes and high passes. A similar screen action was used by another team with the presence of Anthony Davis, showing effectiveness for Jackson Hayes as well. Let's watch how the play develops. Here comes the first screen, followed by the second, though Derek Lively chooses to pass it, while Rudy Gobert positions himself to contest Luka Doncic's shot, leaving Derek Lively open for a strong move in the area. This way, Rudy Gobert finds himself in a difficult situation, with Luka Doncic making a precise pass to Derek Lively, resulting in a direct dunk, with Rudy Gobert visibly frustrated, as Karl-Anthony Towns failed to reposition effectively. This illustrates the complexity of the challenge Rudy Gobert faces when trying to guard both Luka Doncic and the impressive agility of Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively. Moving on to the next play, we see Kyrie Irving with the ball, and the team preparing to run another double screen, with Rudy Gobert defending Daniel Gafford. We can predict the outcome, but let's watch the play unfold. Here's the first screen, followed by the double screen, and Rudy Gobert gets caught up in defending Kyrie Irving. He manages to slip free, and Daniel Gafford is in position for an easy dunk. These sequences show the challenges Rudy Gobert faces in guarding pick-and-roll situations, whether he's pressuring Luka Doncic or retreating due to the threats he and other players represent, who have the ability to shoot mid-range, step back for threes, or drive straight to the basket. Thus, Rudy Gobert is forced to stay alert on these players, while behind him, there's an explosive athlete who can finish near the rim. This scenario presents a significant challenge for Rudy every time they step on the court. In the following plays, we'll see how Luka Doncic engages Rudy Gobert directly, even if it doesn't result in an immediate outcome. Behind his shoulder, there's an agile athlete who can receive the ball at any point near the basket, complicating the situation for Rudy with every possession. In the next plays, we'll observe Luka Doncic engage Rudy Gobert directly, even outside the pick-and-roll context, forcing Rudy to commit. As soon as Rudy commits, Daniel Gafford is ready, and Derek Lively is positioned on the corner to receive the pass and finish with power. Here comes Luka Doncic moving to the top of the key to receive the ball. It seems the defense is in some sort of zone, except for Jaden McDaniels, who is pressuring the ball handler. Let's pay close attention to how Luka Doncic engages Rudy Gobert and makes him commit. Luka Doncic is being guarded by Kyle Anderson, who can't keep up with him. Luka manages to get past him, forcing Rudy Gobert to commit, and he locates Daniel Gafford with an elevated pass. In the next play, we see Kyrie Irving moving around the perimeter against Naz Reid. As expected, he will outmaneuver him, requiring Rudy Gobert to rotate and provide coverage, leaving another big player open for the high pass. Kyrie Irving makes a beautiful crossover and a Euro step. Though he slightly loses control of the ball, he still manages to make the pass to Derek Lively, who finishes with a powerful two-handed dunk. Once again, Rudy Gobert is focused on the ball handler, and when he turns around, despite having guarded Derek Lively the whole time, the ball is already in the rim. In the next clip, Luka Doncic will pass to Derek Jones Jr. at the top of the baseline. Derek Jones Jr. drives toward the basket, forcing Rudy Gobert to focus on him. When this happens, it will be easy to pass to Daniel Gafford. Let's watch the play as Luka Doncic passes to Derek Jones Jr. He makes a move to mislead his defender, drives toward the basket, waits for Rudy Gobert to commit, and then makes an engaging pass to Daniel Gafford, who finishes with a two-handed dunk. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on. In a surprising turn of events that could shake the Los Angeles Lakers locker room, guard Austin Reaves has reportedly stated that he no longer wishes to play alongside rookie Dalton Knecht. The revelation, which surfaced through sources close to the player, has added a layer of tension to a team already under pressure after a turbulent season and an early playoff exit. Reaves, who has grown into a reliable contributor for the Lakers over the past 2 seasons, is known for his competitiveness and team-first mentality. That's why the statement has sent shockwaves through both the organization and the fan base. While the specific reasons behind his discontent with Knecht have not been made public, insiders suggest that it may stem from on-court chemistry issues and conflicting playing styles. There have also been whispers of friction during practice sessions, where Reaves reportedly expressed frustration over what he perceives as Knecht's lack of discipline on both ends of the floor. Dalton Knecht, the Lakers' recent draft pick and a promising young talent, entered the league with high expectations. A sharpshooter with strong scoring instincts, Knecht was seen as a piece to complement the veteran core. However, adjusting to the NBA has proven to be a challenge, and sources say his confidence has taken a hit in recent weeks, something that may have been aggravated by Reaves' stance. The Lakers' front office now finds itself in a delicate situation. With LeBron James nearing the twilight of his career and the franchise searching for the right mix to contend once again, internal conflicts are the last thing they need. Head coach Darvin Ham and general manager Rob Pelinka will be under scrutiny to manage the situation before it escalates further. Trading either player is not currently on the table, but the team may need to mediate and find common ground between Reaves and Knecht if they hope to build chemistry moving forward. As the offseason progresses, all eyes will be on the Lakers, not just for potential roster moves, but for how they handle the growing tension within their ranks. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.